Hi, I'm Christian. Welcome back to another On the Road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for proper voltage. Today we're working on a top mount estate refrigerator. The customer's complaint is that the fresh food section is not cooling properly and that the freezer section has frost buildup on the back panel. So to begin, we are going to open the freezer door to test several components to diagnose the refrigerator. The tools you will need to complete this repair are a multimeter, a 1/4-inch nut driver, and a pair of needle nose pliers. Now that we have the door open, we have to remove these two panels. There's one here on the lower and then one on the upper here. The upper panel is called the evaporator cover. So to remove the lower panel and the upper panel, they are using 1/4-inch screws. Looks like for the lower panel there are two. Go ahead and remove them. Once the screws are loose, we'll just take a hold of this and grab the whole assembly and set it aside. Now we can remove the 3 1/4-inch screws that secure the top panel. I'm just going to remove the one on the left top corner first. Sometimes this is just to hold this cover on for the ice maker. Yep. We'll remove the ground strap behind it. Just pull it straight off. Now we can remove the 2 1/4-inch screws towards the center. Now we can grab a hold of the assembly. Be careful when you do so because this the metal is very sharp on the sides. And we'll set this aside. Now we have the evaporator and all the other components exposed, and we can test our heater and thermostat here to the left. Now that we've tested the defrost heater and we know it's bad, we're going to remove the old one. So to begin the uninstallation of the old heater, first thing we're going to do is remove the Molex connector by lifting up on the clip and then pulling the whole connection off. Next step is the evaporator assembly does have to get tilted outwards so we can actually remove the actual heater from the bottom. So to do so, we're going to lift up carefully on the evaporator, just right about there, and we'll pull out towards us. Again, we're going to be very careful when we do this because we don't want to kink any of the evaporator coils. Just like that. That way we can bend the tabs here towards the bottom using a pair of needle nose pliers. Be careful because the aluminum is pretty sharp. So we're going to bend, looks like the rear back 2 tabs. Just like that. And we'll angle the actual heater assembly out of the evaporator. And we'll set the old one aside. Now that we have our new defrost heater, let's install it. So to begin the installation of the new defrost heater here, we're going to be routed to get through the evaporator brackets down at the bottom. Again, be very careful when doing so because the aluminum is very sharp. So I'm just going to put one side in and kind of like that. So once the actual heater's in place, we can go ahead and bend the 2 tabs back to their original position. And these tabs just secure the heating element in place. Once the heater is secure, we can now replace the actual evaporator into its original position. We're gonna, again, lift up on the evaporator carefully. And there are 2 slots in the very back that you cannot see, that the evaporator actually has 2 tabs that slide into those slots to secure the evaporator from coming forward. So you can see if we pull on the evaporator, it's nice and secure. We can now re-secure the actual 2 back panels with the 5 1/4" screws we removed. Next, we can replace the evaporator cover first. This is the bigger panel that covers most of the evaporator in the back. Careful when you're handling with it because it is very sharp. We're gonna line it up here. Once it's lined up, we'll go ahead and re-secure our ground strap at the top left-hand corner. We'll return the 2 1/4" screws in the center here. And the one for the ice maker cover. Here's the actual cover that covers the opening here. You can see it has a tab here on the side. This tab is going to get pushed in through this opening to secure it there.
Just say return the last.
Now we will secure the last 1/4" screw to secure that tab. And we will replace the bottom panel. So we're going to line up this bottom panel here. We're going to use the 2 longer 1/4" screws to secure this panel onto the evaporator. Just like that. Now with both panels reinstalled, this will complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality in-home repair video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.